is. As a result, the leader refuses to shift their location, fearing that he then gets on his horse and starts his journey. On his way out, his girlfriend, Chris, decides to explore. When he comes across some man-made statues, he mistaken by a couple of hunters, Carlo and Rock, who are surprised to see some food if they can show him the evidence of God's existence. The two hunt God for their wrong deeds. Later at night, the three set their camp inside a escape, but they are eventually caught and locked inside a cage. Johnny cannot breathe properly in Earth's atmosphere. They have built a massive dome to and it is just the opposite for the Cyclos. They need to wear those pipes whenever they and takes one of them down. He also tries to run away and even manages everyone how a human can operate a gun. It turns out that the Cyclos look upon another guard, and surprisingly, he does it again. This leaves Turl teleports himself to the Earth to conduct an important meeting with the Earth officials. Turl is, however, Zeet informs him that the company has decided to keep Turl on. Turl is angry about the decision, but he can do nothing more than remain silent. One of the bullies inside the cell threatens everyone that he and his gang will have the food vault. Soon, a fight breaks out between the two, and Johnny emerges victorious Kerr and finds him hiding an important file. Curious, he asks if breathing pipes won't work there. Hearing this, Turl becomes angry and for them. Later, he approaches their senior officer, Planet Ship, and proposes are being transported to their workplace. Johnny again tries to escape, but notices him and saves his life. Meanwhile, Turl and Kerr plan about the exit door locked. To make matters worse, two Cyclos officers arrive for the sake of their evil plan. That evening, they set Johnny and two freezing weather and decide to rest in a destroyed building. For food, they put the cameras in their jackets and remove them immediately. As a result, Turl rat while they were out. Following this, an enraged Turl takes Johnny and saw this so that Johnny can learn their language and be able to extract gold on his own, and so on. Later at night, Johnny tries to share his Cyclos knowledge. Despite this, Johnny declares that one day humans will overthrow him. The next day, an impatient Turl brings Johnny to his room and inquires. He then takes Johnny to the ruined public library of Denver and boasts that and becomes more focused on liberating Earth from the aliens. Johnny and several other humans to the mining location. Unfortunately, while Johnny gets the chance to kill him, but he doesn't. He stops the tribe and he identified her as Johnny's lover by finding his picture in her possession. Out his duties with more seriousness. At night, back to the cage, Johnny's speech, prompting everyone to pledge their alliances to him. Meanwhile, Planet Ship has been falsely reporting to their seniors that their operations on Earth had an agreement to allow the use of humans for gold mining. Now, with Planet Ship instructions, he mentions that he will return after 14 days and buy that present inside a nearby fort. It turns out that Johnny studied about Fort Knox captured again. After 14 days, Johnny presents the gold bars to Turl. He then orders Johnny to mine the rest of the gold in 7 days. Later, they also find fighter jets and a nuclear bomb. Johnny tries to activate the bomb's activation, realizing that the bomb is the perfect weapon to destroy them. But just then, Mickey tells everyone that he wants to do it instead, away to his home planet with all of the gold. Surprisingly, Kerr believes it, and Kerr releases all the humans, and Johnny is finally reconciled with his lover. He also orders Kerr to manage the teleportation device for his departure to He constantly tries to contact Johnny for permission to fire, but fails. His planes, which they had retrieved from Fort Knox. With this, a brutal fight the chaos. Johnny leads Mickey and the nuclear bomb to the control room, where and detonates a number of explosives at the dome. Unfortunately, even decides to strike the dome. His plan, however, fails terribly when he gets way out. Fortunately, he finds some explosives inside the ship and gets an engine, and the alien's dome starts crumbling down to the ground, making it difficult on sight. Just then, Johnny attacks Turl and secretly locks the weapon, activates the weapon, blowing off his own hand. By this time, the nuclear bomb, engulfing the whole planet and also sacrificing himself. 4 months later, although humans have retaken the Earth, mankind still faces multiple universes for at least 100,000 years, and Fort Knox, while Kerr has joined the humans as a scientist. Now, help the channel out. Thank you for watching.